The bullets had words carved into them: deny, defend, depose. And the man who pulled the trigger was not a criminal, not a gang member, not someone you'd ever see coming. He was an Ivy League class president from a millionaire family who disappeared from his own life 6 months before he allegedly killed the CEO of the largest health insurance company in America. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the one forensic detail that changes everything you think you know about this case. This is the forensic dossier. If you're into true crime, that doesn't just hand you a headline, but actually walks you through the psychology, the evidence, and the things investigators quietly don't say out loud. Hit that subscribe button now, because I promise you, by minute 7, you're going to want to go back and rewatch the first 60 seconds. Let's open the file. Luigi Nicholas Mangione, born May 6th, 1998, Towson, Maryland. And right here, stop. Because if you're picturing a broken kid from a broken home, you have the wrong picture entirely. The Mangione name in Maryland opens doors. His grandfather built a real estate empire, country clubs, nursing homes, a resort, 40 grandchildren, a dynasty. Luigi went to Gilman, a private all-boys academy where tuition costs more than most people's mortgages. Valedictorian in 2016. His speech was about taking risks and questioning the systems we live inside. Remember that line. It matters later. From Gilman, the University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League, bachelor's and master's in computer science by 2020. Software engineer at TrueCar. Warm, athletic, brilliant. By every external measurement, Luigi Mangione had won the American lottery. And then, somewhere between 2022 and 2024, he vanished from his own life. And I mean that literally. His own family filed a missing persons report. So what happened? One word: pain. Luigi had a condition called spondylolisthesis. A vertebra in his lower back had slipped forward. Grinding, constant, the kind of pain that rewires who you are. He had spinal fusion surgery in 2023. He posted x-rays of the screws in his spine to friends online. And here's where this gets important, because this becomes evidence. Medical records are normally privileged. You cannot get them. But the second a defendant's physical or mental state becomes part of motive, prosecutors can subpoena the entire file. And that's exactly what happened here. His x-rays became exhibits. His pain became prosecution strategy. Quick question for you in the comments. Do you think chronic pain can genuinely push a rational person toward violence? Because the neuroscience says yes. Studies show that years of untreated chronic pain physically shrink gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for impulse control, emotional regulation, and long-term planning. The world gets smaller, sharper, more hostile. That's not an excuse. It's a mechanism. Drop your take in the comments. Early 2024. Luigi moves to a surf hostel in Honolulu called Surfbreak. His roommates describe him as polite, quiet, increasingly withdrawn. He stops answering his mother. By July, his family files that missing persons report in San Francisco. His best friends from Penn? Ghosted. Now, here's the part that makes forensic psychologists lean forward in their chairs. His Goodreads account, the one he left public, was filling up with Ted Kaczynski's manifesto, books on AI ethics, critiques of corporate power. And pay attention to this, because the internet got this part wrong. He didn't endorse Kaczynski's violence. He called the actions, quote, extreme. But he also called the ideas, quote, prescient. That distinction, admiring the diagnosis while distancing from the prescription, has a name: ideological scaffolding, and it's terrifying in its ordinariness, because people who do this don't snap, they build. One book, one forum thread, one sleepless night at a time. Which brings us to December 4th, 6:44 a.m., New York Hilton, Midtown. Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, 50 years old, father of two, walks toward the investor conference he was scheduled to open. He has no idea a man has been waiting for him since before sunrise. Surveillance caught everything. The shooter approaches from behind. Suppressed pistol, 3 shots, the weapon jams. He clears it. 3 more shots. Then he walks, not runs, walks, through an alley, onto an electric city bike, into Central Park, gone. And remember those carved words from the top of the video? Deny, defend, depose. Those came from the shell casings recovered at the scene, inscribed in black marker, a direct reference to a 2010 book about how insurance companies refuse claims. This wasn't a random hit. It was a thesis statement written in brass. 2 days later, December 6th, Central Park groundskeepers find something. A gray backpack, the exact backpack from the surveillance footage. Inside, a jacket, Monopoly money, and 0 identification. So why was that bag the biggest break in the case? 3 reasons, fast. 1. Chain of evidence, photographed in place, GPS tagged, tamper sealed, logged. Break that chain, and a defense attorney makes the whole bag disappear at trial. 2. Touch DNA, skin cells on the straps and interior fabric, matched through national databases, sometimes even through family members who submitted DNA to ancestry sites. 3. Geographic narrowing. The bag's location told investigators the exact corridor he used to escape. The manhunt went from somewhere in Manhattan to a specific radius overnight. A thrown-away bag is rarely just trash. It's a confession in canvas. For 5 days, NYPD released photo after photo, especially one, the now famous hostel photo where he's smiling, mask pulled down. Want to know how that photo even existed? A check-in clerk at a Manhattan hostel had asked him to lower his mask to verify his ID. He smiled for the camera. That moment destroyed him. Now, here's where true crime channels get this part completely wrong. Facial recognition did not identify Luigi Mangione. Yes, his photo went into a facial recognition pipeline. Yes. Systems like Clearview AI scan billions of public images and convert faces into biometric fingerprints. And yes, those systems return ranked probable matches. But here's the legal reality most people miss. Facial recognition is not admissible as standalone evidence in most U.S. jurisdictions. It is an investigative lead, nothing more. A human being still has to confirm. And that's exactly what happened. The person who actually identified Luigi Mangione was not an algorithm. It was a customer at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 280 miles from the body on the sidewalk. December 9th. A customer at that McDonald's recognizes him from the news. Police arrive. What they pull from his backpack changes the case forever. A 3D printed pistol, known as a ghost gun. Why? Because it has no serial number, no federal record, no traceable point of sale. Designs downloaded for free online. Polymer frame printed at home. Metal parts bought separately as legal parts kits. But here's what no one tells you. Ghost guns are not untraceable. They're just harder. Every gun, printed or not, leaves tool marks on the bullets and casings it fires. Microscopic scratches, unique as fingerprints, match the gun to the casing. You match the gun to the scene. The metal parts? Subpoenable. The files he downloaded? IP logs, forum histories, account trails. Even the 3D printer itself leaves a microscopic layer pattern on every object it prints. Recover the printer. You've connected him to the weapon. Oh, and the suppressor on his pistol? Reportedly homemade, which adds federal charges under the National Firearms Act all by itself. Also in the backpack, 3 handwritten pages. Investigators call it a manifesto. His defense calls it an explanation. Forensically, it's both. Document examiners study letter slant, pressure, spacing, comparing it against his college essays and Goodreads posts. Then forensic linguists step in, the same methodology the FBI used to identify Ted Kaczynski, author profiling. Word choice, sentence structure, idiomatic patterns. They build a linguistic fingerprint. And here's the detail that should stop you. The document reportedly expressed contempt for the healthcare system, explained his suffering, and apologized, quote, for any strife or trauma. Profilers look for 3 signals in a document like this. Does the writer claim a cause larger than themselves? Is there grandiosity or contrition? Is the ideology coherent or fragmented? Luigi's leaned coherent, calculated, apologetic in tone, unwavering in conviction, which, profiling-wise, is one of the most chilling combinations there is. Remember that line from his Gilman valedictorian speech? Taking risks and questioning systems. Investigators also found a Faraday bag, a pouch lined with metallic mesh that blocks every radio frequency signal. Cellular, GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Put a phone inside and it disappears from every network on Earth. That's not panic, that is preparation. And here's the paradox every investigator already knows. Counter-surveillance creates its own evidence. Faraday bags leave purchase records. Burner phones still ping towers when activated. Recovered phones get cracked open by forensic tools like Cellebrite. Deleted texts, location data, passwords, all extracted. The effort to hide becomes the evidence of intent, premeditation, planning, consciousness of guilt. So now, the real question, not what happened. How does a brain like his end up here? Luigi does not fit the classic profile of a mass shooter or serial killer. No childhood cruelty, no abuse record, no psychotic break. What he fits is lone actor, ideological radicalization. An FBI-studied pathway with 4 stages: grievance, ideology, mobilization, action. He wasn't broken, he was built. Add cognitive narrowing, the way chronic pain and isolation physically collapse the brain's ability to consider alternatives. Compromise starts to feel like complicity, and then add self-narrative collapse, when the story you've been telling yourself about who you are stops holding together, and a new identity rushes in to fill the vacuum. Often, one built around a mission. This is not insanity. That's the part that should keep you up. He reasoned his way here. Within hours of his arrest, fan accounts, defense funds in the millions, look-alike contests, a country denied, defended against, and deposed by its own healthcare system found a face to project its rage onto. Social psychologists call this moral licensing through systemic grievance. And tell me in the comments, is that a warning sign about where we are as a society? Or is it the most human reaction possible? A man is dead, 2 children without a father, and another man, brilliant, broken, accused, sits in a federal cell awaiting a trial that will define a generation's argument about violence, pain, and the systems we live inside. If you made it this far, You're not a casual viewer. You're someone who actually cares about why these things happen, not just that they happen. That's who this channel is for. Hit subscribe, turn the bell on, because the next dossier I'm opening, you're going to want to see the moment it drops. Like the video if the forensic breakdown taught you something. Share it with the one friend who thinks they know this story but doesn't know half of it. And drop your verdict in the comments. Was Luigi Mangione a product of a broken system or the author of his own downfall? This is the Forensic Dossier. I'll see you in the next file.